Geauga Local Access Cable GTV is proud to present Chardon Hilltopper football. We are at Chardon Memorial Field as the Hilltoppers get set to host what has become a Geauga County rival in the Kenston Bombers. Good evening, everybody. Jamie Ward and Matt Jaworski. And Matt, dating back to last year, there's some bad blood between these two programs.
Jamie, that's safe to say. Last year, Chardon in week 2 had a late 2-point conversion down in Kenston, 29-28. It became that run of fourth down conversions that Chardon started that week and really propelled them into the postseason last year. Of course, these two teams also met in the playoffs as well in the regional semifinals, where Chardon just dominated Kenston 34-15. And you look back at what happened last week, Jamie, Kenston once again got clobbered, this time by the Solon Comets, 48-21, and Chardon coming off that 5-point loss to West G, 2015. Yeah, well, it is going to be a great game. There's no doubt about it. Mitch Hewitt versus Jeff Grubich, two young coaches who are very motivating, and we will have that game for you in just a moment. But before that, it is youth night here in Chardon, and so we will recognize the youth, both the football players, cheerleaders. They'll be taking the field before the game, and it's a very special time for them. We'll bring you that. Then we'll come back for the kickoff of tonight's game. Stay here on GTV.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2013 Youth Football Night at Chardon High School. Youth football and cheerleading have been a running strong for the young people of Chardon for 40 years, fueled by a desire to learn the great game and to ultimately perform right here on Friday nights. Over 350 local children between the ages of 6 and 12 are involved in Chardon youth football and cheerleading. Chardon Youth Football competes in the Great Lakes Youth Football League against familiar Hilltopper rivals such as Riverside, Willoughby, and Eastlake. Please turn your attention to the northwest corner of the stadium as we welcome the outstanding young athletes and coaches of Chardon Youth Football. In the A Division, please welcome the Cyclones, coached by Mark Toth, cheer coach Sandy Gasper. The Longhorns, coached by Chris Rency, cheer coach Michelle Fisher. The Runnin' Rebels, coached by Sean Peterson, cheer coach Patty Trentinelli. The Spartans, coached by Rob Vuyaclia, cheer coach Tina Cox. The Spartans, ladies and gentlemen. In the B Division, the Falcons, coached by Ray Fatur, cheer coach Alicia Rosipko. Please welcome the Gators, coached by Chris Sucker, cheer coach Tammy McBean. Here come the Panthers, coached by Jim Kalis, cheer coach Christine Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, the Thundering Herd, coached by Al Kirsch, cheer coach Kim Rinkus. All right. And in the C division, the Bulldogs, coached by Eric Henigman, cheer coach Jen Evans. And the Shockers, coached by John Paglio. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Chardon Youth Football teams and cheerleaders.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2013 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field tonight by Senior Field Commander Natalie Clark. The Hilltopper Marching Band would like to thank all of the band parents for their help in the preseason. All right, Topper fans, put those hands together for the Chardon High School fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor our country with the national anthem and remain standing for the Chardon High School alma mater. Hilltoppers keep putting those hands together for the Hay Song.
Well, you see the varsity football team coming through the tunnel as the young Hilltoppers stand on each side. It looks like Joey Fodor, number 11, the senior. He's 6'6", leading the way, and number 12 is carrying the pick. That is the quarterback, Patrick Sullivan, the junior, as the Chardon Hilltoppers are taking the field here at Memorial Field. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, glad that you're with us here for Week 2 football and the home opener here for the Chardon Hilltoppers. And Matt, the weather is really beautiful.
I'm not sure if we could ask for a more perfect evening for football, Jamie. It is a cooling evening. It started in the mid-70s. It's now dropping probably about to 68 or so, and it's going to be perfect weather for football.
Well, marching band is now getting off of the field, and we talked about it before. The Chardon Hilltoppers beat the Bombers twice last season, once in Week 2. That game was in Kenston. It was a one-point game, very closely contested, and then again in the playoffs, more of a one-sided contest. But I know, Matt, that the Kenston Bombers coaching staff and the players have circled this game on the schedule as being a very important one for this exact reason. They don't want to lose 3 straight.
No, that's when you're owned, and they don't want Chardon to own them.
Aside from that, both of these teams now in Division 3. This will be a closely contested Division 3 region, and playoff points are at stake for both of these teams. Both teams, again, lost in Week 1. Kenston lost to Solon, and Chardon dropped a heartbreaking loss to West Geauga. So when you look at playoff points, this is a very big one. Well, the Hilltoppers are going to kick off to start this game, which means Kenston will receive. Back deep for the Bombers is number 23, the senior, Pedro Velasquez, and he is joined by Sam Gambates, number 25, another senior. 35, Jeremy Wires. So it's the junior Wires and the senior Velasco back deep. Kicking for the Hilltoppers is number 14, Bobby Bukovac. 12 minutes on the scoreboard here at Memorial Field.
Well, Jamie, this is a big, big game for both teams. You hate to start off 0-2. And the level of play off the bat could very well determine this game. We saw Chardon in the playoffs come out and just smack Kenston in the face, and Kenston could not respond. The question is, will the Bombers allow that to happen again tonight?
Ball is on the tee. It's at the 40-yard line. And here comes Bukovic in the air, near side of the field, and we're underway. It's Pedro Velasco, and he is hit and dropped at the 19-yard line.
And he did not have a chance to go anywhere. A great open field tackle by Christian Ross to start things off.
For the Bombers, it is a sophomore leading the way at quarterback. Parker Gadula is number 12. He won the job in the preseason, which is pretty impressive because he was vying it out with a senior. Gadula in the first week threw the ball 33 times, so expect it again. First play from scrimmage is a run to the far side of the field. It was Jake Silberman, and he is stopped for a gain of maybe a yard.
Silberman will generally line up in the wideout position, Jamie. 2 runs last week for a total of 13 yards, but watch out, he can also throw the ball.
From the gun, again, it's Gadula. He'll throw it. Pass is complete to Wires on the far side, and he's about a yard and a half short of the first down. So, 3rd and short is coming. And Kenston, Matt, immediately in a no-huddle offense. 3 wide receivers. Now there's a 4th wide receiver in Silberman. Gadula's going to run the option near side. He keeps it, has the first down. He gets about 5 yards across the 30 to the 34-yard line.
Now, Fodor tripped him up. Jamie, you look at this Chardon defensive unit. We're going to see up front 11 Joey Fodor, number 28 Joe Grippy, 73 Max Menko, 70 Marty Kepler, number 2 Andrew Gray.
Gadula's going to throw it, and the pass is caught by Wires right at midfield. A nice gain of 15, and Parker Gadula looks very poised here early on.
Linebacking core 5, Kevin Shoup, 6, Mike Connick, 52, Joe Malone, 99, Pete Lemaster, 45, Tony Mueller, and 22, Nick Lippert.
Trips on the near side of the field. Gadula gives to Velasco, who's running ahead, and he's got about 5 yards into Chardon territory, down to the 45-yard line.
Safeties tonight, Joe Connick, 29, and Justin O, number 7. And the cornerbacks, Anthony Cantanzariti, 24, and Teddy Gould, the 4th, number 1.
Wow, just a minute and 20 seconds gone. Kenston still running. Pass is complete again. Gadula right at the sticks. That was Brian Bindernagel who had the catch, and he did have a first down. He needed 5. He got 6. And so the Bombers moving the football down the field, Matt. They aren't taking any time at all to huddle. Right back into it. Gadula from the gun. Man in motion, he fakes it, he's going to throw it deep down the far side of the field, and I think Cantanzariti has an interception for the Hilltoppers, yes.
His first of the year, and it couldn't come at a better time, Jamie. Cantans didn't have his back turned, but since the ball was coming, looked back, got himself in good position to make the catch, and brought it down for the INT.
Boy, what a play, and it stops Kenston cold. And on comes the Chardon Hilltopper offense, again led by the junior, Patrick Sullivan, number 12. Sullivan had 133 yards rushing in week 1, but he had a tough first half. We'll see how he responds. He's from the gun. First play from scrimmage for the Hilltoppers, and it's a run to the far side of the field. It is Sullivan who stopped at the line. Maybe he got a yard.
Jamie, the offensive line anchored by the right tackle, Marty Kepler, but it also features 52, Joe Malone, number 50, Justin Baker, 55, Clay Allman, and 75, Drew McCartney on that left tackle.
10 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 8. Chardon on their own 13-yard line. Moving toward the north end zone. Sun is setting here in Chardon. Sullivan gives it on the end around. It is Mikey Connick, a junior, who is stopped in the backfield. He may have lost. He did. He lost about 4 yards.
Well, there's a potential to see a lot of running backs in this game, including Mike Connick, but you're going to see his brother Joe Connick, Teddy Gould, Jordan Barrett, Nick Lippert, Kevin Shoup, and even Ben Sivas.
A lot of players are going to be in and out of this Chardon wing T offense. Drew Gittens is in the game. He's a wideout here on the far side of the field, near side of the field. He's the backup quarterback. Sullivan from the gun. It's that scissor play that they run, and Barrett is the ball carrier. He is well short of the first down. He maybe got a yard. And so the punting unit for the Hilltoppers comes out on the first drive.
Interesting, Jamie. We saw Patrick Sullivan last week go 9 of 13 for 73 yards, and they were facing a long 3rd and 9, and Chardon keeps it on the ground.
Joey Fodor is the long snapper. Back for the Bombers, Jeremy Wires, and he is joined by Josh Hummer. Gittens is the punter for Chardon. It's a good snap. Drew sends a long punt. It'll hit and take a Kenston bounce, and it'll be down at about the 41-yard line, so good field position for the Bombers to start their second drive.
Well, and once again, the Chardon defense is going to be asked to stop a tough Bombers offense. Daryl Richardson might not be the quarterback, Jamie, but this is still a very potent offense, and we saw what they did last possession. No huddle, forcing that Chardon defense to react.
They were very good, and they come back out again with trips here on the near side of the field. Gadula working from right to left from our vantage point. He's going to throw, and he goes down on the blind side. It is Peter Lamaster, number 99, the senior. He came on the blitz, and Gadula didn't see him.
A big, big hit by the senior.
Loss of 10, 2nd down and 20. Still no huddle. Gadula flips it to Velasco here near side. He's got good running room, 40, 35, and down to the 30, close to the first down. And it looks like he has it on the spot.
Now, Velasco might have had a little bit more running room, but the problem was he ran into the backup quarterback, Drew Wenninger.
Yeah, Wenninger, who will play some wide out as well. Gadula this time gives it to number 6. That is Silberman, who gets positive yards, maybe about 5 yards. And again, the Kenston Bombers under second-year head coach Jeff Grubich, who was a 10-year assistant coach at Menor, and they are running it again. 2nd down, 6. Gadula throws it. Pass is complete. It's caught by Bindernagel. He's got a first down, and the Bombers are now in the red zone. Ball will be placed at about the 17-yard line. So again, no huddle. Gadula, the quarterback. Velasco's to his right. 4 wide receivers in the game. The give is to Velasco, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Good job by the Chardon front 4.
Well, on the Chardon front 4, Jamie, it's a unit that was mostly back from last year. They're expected to come out and to really take command this year. They need to step it up.
Right back at it. Gadula rolling now to his right, throwing. Pass is caught by Wires. He's got a first down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 6:54 in counting. Kenston has yet to huddle here tonight.
Oh, they may not need to.
Now the referees will stop play as the ball was right at the marker. Now the referee tonight, who is Ed Markowski, is going to have a talk with one of the Bombers. Markowski is joined by Dennis McGlone, Gene Keller, Craig Kowalski, and Greg Dale. Those are the 5 officials. They are short, so it's 3rd down and very short. Clock is running. Gadula from the gun gives Velasco. He's got a first down inside the 5, down to about the Chardon 3-yard line.
Oh, great run by Kenston, just attacking that Chardon defensive line. And there they go again, no huddle.
First down and goal for the Bombers. Quick pitch, Velasco, far side, and he's in for the touchdown. The Kenston Bombers score first with 6:39 left here in the first quarter.
Now Pedro Velasco's 3-yard run puts Kenston on top. And Jamie, for the PAT unit led by Parker Dooley, this is a chip-in.
Dooley, number 14. He is a junior, and he did smack it through. So 7-0 is our score. And Matt, defensively, I'm sure that the Hilltoppers aren't surprised at the pace that Kenston has played with, but it certainly is a challenge when you're trying to get substitutes in different schemes out there.
Absolutely, and that's what it forces Chardon to do. They basically have to come out with a package, knowing that that package is going to be out on the field the entire drive unless there's an incomplete pass.
Right. Bob Francis and Brian Landis are the Hilltopper defensive coordinators. So 7-0 is the score. The Bombers have been very effective offensively, other than the one interception. Now that was the third INT that Gadula has thrown this season. But when you can imagine a sophomore playing at this level, at that speed, he's bound to make mistakes. But he's looked pretty good. The Hilltopper offense did not have success on its first drive, and back deep is number 24, Cantanzariti, and also number 21, Nick Mysick. Mysick is a junior. Dooley's kick will go to Cantanzariti from the 10. Far side, breaking tackles. He's out into open field, 40, and he's tripped up by the kicker across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
A big return by Cantans to put Chardon in some good field position. Jamie, want to thank right now our cable franchise feast communities, including those not funding tonight's contest for their year-round support. Our funding communities include Burton Village, Chardon Township, the City of Chardon, Hamden Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township. As always, thanks for your support of GTV.
Don't forget, we bring you all 10 weeks of Chardon Hilltopper football live on GTV. If you're joining us, if you couldn't make it down to the game tonight. Patrick Sullivan, the quarterback from under center. Barrett is in motion. He turns to his left. He's going to keep it far side, and he's got positive yards, about 4 on the carry. Clock running at 6:23.
Jamie, we started talking about in pregame what Kenston does not want to have happen. And so far, they've come out and they've prevented that. They scored first. They've been the aggressor in this game so far, forcing Chardon to make adjustments to them. The Hilltoppers need a good long drive here to get that momentum back.
Right. You can't play at Kenston's pace. Again, Sullivan under center, wing T behind him. It's Connick this time in motion. There's a fumble on the play right at the line of scrimmage. Officials coming in, and Chardon has recovered it, but they will lose at least a yard on the play. So 3rd down and about 7 is coming.
And fumbles killed Chardon last week, Jamie. 4 fumbles, 3 were lost.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Jason Janda comes into the game. The senior split end will bring the play. Andrew Gray is the tight end, number 2. He is a Big Ten recruit, a senior on the far side. He's on the left side of the formation. Janda's on the near side. Joe Connick is in the game. Mikey Connick is in motion. Sullivan fakes it. He's going to throw it. He's got time. Pass is complete to Joe Connick. He's close to the 1st down. It'll depend on the spot.
I think they're going to mark him a yard short.
You're right. He's a yard short. They are in Kenston territory on the 48-yard line. And I don't think there's any question from what we've seen that the Hilltoppers typically go for it in this situation, Matt, but they send the punting unit on the field.
Jamie, not a bad idea. Right now, Kenston has really controlled that line of scrimmage up front. Their play calling, has really pushed that Chardon defense to the brink in this first quarter. Let's see what happens when Kenston has some bad field position, how they're going to respond.
The Chardon punter is Drew Gittens. Again, it's 4th down and 1. Chardon on the Kenston 48. It's a good snap. Drew Gittens is going to keep it near side, and he's got the 1st down. Fake punt works for the Hilltoppers.
And what an idea. Chardon lines up on that play, sends the 3 I guess you'd call them ends, on the near side of the field in motion, then has them reset toward the sidelines. Gittins came out, kind of hesitated, and then took off. A great call by the Chardon's coaching staff.
The clock is running at 4 minutes. Traditional wing T. The give is to Connick here, near side, breaking one tackle and another. And he's got about 7 yards on the carry inside the 40, down to about the 37.
A nice run by Joe Connick. 5'7", 182 pounds. And he stuck his arm out there to get a stiff arm for the first tackler. The second guy brought him down. I like the idea, though, Jamie. Let's see what you get off this near side of the line from Kenston.
2nd down and 3. Sullivan under center. He pump fakes. He's going to throw it. Has time, but now he's going to go down and he's sacked. A loss on the play of about 4 yards. There was a host of Bombers in on that one as the pocket collapsed around Sullivan. And now it'll be 3rd down and 7 coming. First quarter here at Chardon Memorial Field. We are under 3 minutes. The Bombers lead 7-0. Glad that you've joined us. Again, a wing T behind Sullivan. The junior takes the snap. He gives it to Connick. Up the middle.
He's close.
Line is pushed. His forward progress is going to be close, but he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy. The ball is at the Kenston 36-yard line. So, another decision time. There is no question that Chardon head coach Mitch Hewitt likes to go for it. He likes to gamble. They did it all last year. It was successful most of the time, and they will continue this year. 4th and 1, offense on the field.
Jamie, when you're in 4th and 1 situations, it makes it much easier than 4th and 10.
Sullivan turns. He gives it. Connick has a first down. He needed 1. He got about 3. Nice job by the senior, whose motor is always running. And again, Chardon keeps this drive alive.
And this is an important drive for the Hilltoppers. How do you respond to that scoring drive by the Bombers? What can you do? Well, right now they're marching their way downfield, and Jamie, more importantly, they're burning up some clock, forcing that Kenston offense to stay off the field.
1st down and 10. Sullivan fakes it. He keeps it. He's got a running lane. 20, 15. Patrick Sullivan is inside the 10 for a big gain of 20+, and it's 1st and goal, Hilltoppers.
Some of the earlier plays had been setting up that run right there. The wing T, it's a little bit like a chess match. You start to do some things and show some things, because later on that misdirection is going to burn the defense, and right there was a great example.
Ball is on the Kenston 8-yard line. 1:35 and counting, first quarter. Sullivan gives to Connick. Up the middle, still legs churning. He's got a couple yards. Down to, he's inside the 5, so he's at about the 2-yard line. Good gain of about 6, so 2nd down and goal. Joey Fodor comes off. And a timeout by the Kenston Bombers. Sort of an unusual place to take a timeout, but Coach Grubich and his defensive coaching staff wants to stop this Chardon momentum. And so with 1:10 left in the first quarter, we'll take a quick break here on GTV.
We want a touchdown! Just 6 points!
Welcome back. The Chardon Hilltoppers on the field. 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Connick is in the backfield, as is Mikey Connick. He's the ball carrier. He's hit and stopped short of the goal line.
Well, 2 carries to Mike Connick tonight. He did not have any carries last week, going with a little bit of speed in Mike Connick. But boy, Jamie, that's a situation where Chardon certainly misses Matt Bolden, because he would just lower his shoulders and crank his way in there, just blowing up people left and right along the way, knocking them on their feet.
Matt Bolden, the senior, is out again with a knee injury. It could be serious. We don't know when we're going to see him this year. 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Chardon is good in this situation. The give is to Sivas, and he is in for the score. Ben Sivas, the junior, from a yard out, puts the Hilltoppers on the scoreboard with 6. And it's right in front of that Chardon student body, the whiteout tonight. The Chardon Crazies.
Well, this is a big PAT, chance to tie the game.
Bobby Bukovic is the kicker. It comes with 22 seconds on the scoreboard. Good snap. Bukovic's kick is short. He missed it. Wow. It was right from the kick. It was a line drive. It had no chance of being good. It soared over top of the helmets of the offensive linemen. So that is a break for Kenston as we wind down the first quarter.
Well, for Chardon, you weren't able to tie it up, but at least you got a touchdown back. And this will set things up, Jamie, where you have to think now in the next possession, should Chardon score? The next time Chardon scores, they're going to be now going for 2.
Yeah, and they go for 2 quite a bit as it is, as we saw last week. Jake Silberman, number 6, and Pedro Velasco, number 23, are now back for the Kenston Bombers. Bobby Bukovic, such a good story. He missed last year to an injury, hurt himself early on in the season. He's one of those kids, you know, you look at Parker Dooley, the kicker for Kenston. He's a kid who also plays defense. He's a cornerback. Bobby Bukovic, though, as has been the tradition here at Chardon, is a kicker only. And he focuses on that. He practices that. He's coached on that. And now in his senior year, he expects to be a strength for this Chardon team. The sun coming back out from beneath the clouds. And the official has blown the ball dead, and now we're ready to go. Ball is on the tee. Bukovic, the senior, on the approach. And it is here on the near side, in the air. Velasco from the 9, across the 20 to the 25. He's got a seam. 45-50, one man to beat. He spins, and a good return into Chardon territory, down to the 40-yard line.
And Sean Maroney was the only topper able to stop him. Maroney gets him from behind. But once again, the Chardon defense forced to defend their end zone in a short yardage position. Kenston only needing about 40 yards for pay dirt.
The offense back onto the field. This may be the only time that they have a chance to talk to each other in a huddle situation. 12 seconds left here, first quarter. It is 7-6. Bombers on top. Gadula from the gun, low snap, but he fields it. Quick throw is complete. It's a gain of about 5 yards to Brian Bindernagel, the senior, who had 5 catches for 33 yards in week 1.
And he is just so much bigger than the Chardon secondary. Bindernagel, a senior, 6'4", 205. You look at the toppers, their cornerbacks. Gould is 5'7", 168, and Cantan's 5'8", 153.
We will see how that plays itself out. And with that, the first quarter is over here at Chardon Memorial Field. So again, Kenston 7, Chardon 6. We'll be back here on GTV. Welcome back here to GTV. 2nd down and 5 for the Bombers, who have switched sides now. They're working from left to right, headed toward the north end zone, and the officials The officials were on the wrong side of the field, Matt. Referee was in the defensive secondary. The back judge and the umpire were on the offensive side, and they're smiling. That is sort of an embarrassing mistake. Nevertheless, Velasco is the ball carrier for Kenston, and he goes ahead for 5, make it 14 yards. Another first down for Pedro Velasco.
Jamie, in that barn burner against Solon, Velasco last week, 16 carries, 91 yards, 1 touchdown, bust off a 40-yard run.
First down and 10. Gadula rolling near side, throws it in the air. Great catch by Jeremy Wires. He does have it. It was a tough grab. It's down to the Chardon 11-yard line, which is close to the first down. The officials will decide to mark it short, so it's second down and less than a yard, and now wait. I think they're going to decide it is measurement time. So, with 11:31, it's the line judge who says we need a measurement, and it is the referee maybe who disagrees with him. We'll see.
Well, we'll see what they say. That last pass, Jamie, if that was thrown by there, that would have been an easy touchdown. And right now, the Chardon Hilltoppers have to figure out a way to get pressure in the backfield because their secondary is just getting abused right now. They can't match up physically.
Parker Gadula, again, who is the sophomore quarterback. Last year as a freshman, he was the backup. And again, Gadula, 6'3", 190, a very prototypical drop-back passer, and we're seeing that today. The chains are out, and it is a first down by just a couple inches, just the nose of the ball. So nice job by the officiating crew, who initially wanted to say it was second down. They do the right thing and bring out the chains, and they're not having a very good start here to the second quarter.
No, and you have to think, Jamie, that they're going to continue to be aggressive. The Bombers will continue to be aggressive right now.
So there are 2 wide receivers in the game, along with Silberman, who's moving in motion, as is Bindernagel. They're both in the slot. Velasco to the right of Gadula, who's going to run the option, and Gadula has it stripped. Free ball, and Joe Connick is on top of it, and the Hilltoppers will take possession.
What a big break for the Toppers. I think that was Nick Lippert who got a hand in there to break that up.
Wow. Second turnover for the Bombers. And Matt, really the only thing that has stopped Kenston's offense today is the Kenston offense.
That is a huge, huge fumble. And second time they've been in the red zone and turned the ball over.
The Hilltoppers will take over on their own 14-yard line with 11 minutes, 14 seconds here in the second quarter. Sullivan under center, fakes one way, gives to Connick on a counter play, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Well, for Chardon right now, you once again, Jamie, want to see them come in and control the clock right now. Run some running plays. Give those guys who are on the defensive line a little bit of chance to rest up.
The Connick brothers, an interesting situation. Joe Connick, a basketball player. He's the starting point guard, or was for the varsity team. Mike Connick following his brother being a wrestler. Mike Connick is in motion, scissor play. The ball carrier is, I believe, Jordan Barrett, he has stood up at the line. And now we have a late flag that comes out as Andrew Gray, the Chardon tight end, lost his helmet on the far side of the field, away from the play. So Barrett gets 1 yard, and let's see. And it's a double call. So it is an unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams at offsets. Never understood that, why you'd make that call.
Well, you have to have both teams be warned and let them know exactly, what's going on. The referees really want to take control of this game.
Well, it is third down and about 9. Sullivan is from the gun. There is no halfbacks in the game. Now it's Joe Connick. Sullivan fakes it to Connick. He keeps it through the line, but he stops short of the first down. He's a good 2.5 yards short. He's across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And with that, out comes the punting unit.
Well, you have no choice to punt here, Jamie. But Chardon catching that break, not able to capitalize, but at this point, anytime they're keeping the Bombers out of the end zone, they'll take that.
Don't forget, coming at halftime, we'll have both teams' marching bands. The Bombers will go first for those listening, and then Chardon will follow. The Hilltoppers have punted once, and they faked it the other time. Drew Gittins puts it in the air with a right foot, and a fair catch is called for and made by Jeremy Wires at the 44-yard line of Kenston. So, Bomber offense will come back out. Jeff Grubich, as we mentioned before, his second year as the head coach of this Kenston Bomber program. He spent 10 years as an assistant with the Menor Cardinals. That's a long time to be an assistant coach. But the good news for Kenston is Grubich is now in the building. He lives in Bainbridge, and he now teaches at Kenston High School. So this Bomber program has a lot of positive things going for it.
And Jamie, sometimes you just have to wait for the right opportunities.
Gadula is in the game with 5 wide, across the middle, pass complete to Velasco. A big gain into Chardon territory, down to the 33-yard line.
And a big mismatch. The Chardon secondary was not ready for 5 wideouts.
Velasco will now be the running back. And they try, that's a completely different formation. Velasco with a pitch here near side, inside the 30, 25, and he falls forward down to the 22-yard line, where the Chardon Hilltoppers think the ball came loose. Officials say no, and I think Kenston will have itself another first down.
Now from the spot,
there is a flag.
Chardon indicating it will be against Kenston.
Yeah, this is probably a holding. It is a holding, so that will negate the first down and the big run by Velasco.
Well, first real penalty of the game, considering that the
other than the
double,
the non-penalty.
Yeah.
The referee stretching his arms out.
That's some good exercise. You have to work the upper body.
So the hold came behind where the play finally ended up. So it's going to be moved back. And it'll be about 1st and 15 for the Bombers. 9:16 left here in the second quarter. Kenston on top of Chardon, 7-6. Gadula, empty backfield. He's going to throw. Wide open down the field is Silberman. He breaks one tackle, and he goes down after a gain of 20. Another Kenston first down.
Jamie, we talked a little bit about Silberman earlier, a guy that can do it all. He can run, he can catch, and he can also throw. He threw an 81-yard touchdown pass last week against Solon that Bindernagel caught.
Again, Gadula, this is the option again here near side. He pitches it, Velasco cuts it back upfield, gets through the defense for positive yards. And he's got about 7 or 8 on the play. Clock continues to run, and ball is at the Chardon 11-yard line.
Hilltoppers thought they had Velasco strung out, but he made a nice cutback and was able to turn it up the field.
Gadula from the gun, Silberman in motion, fakes one way. Now Gadula will keep it. He's got a first down inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line.
Now, Kenston, when they aren't hurting themselves, Jamie, is really playing some impressive football.
And again, there has been not one huddle for the Bombers. In fact, even the offensive line is getting the calls from the sidelines. All 11 guys are looking over. It's now 1st and goal from the 6. Gadula pitches it far side. Velasco, he's got nowhere to go, and he stopped, no gain on the play.
In a way, this is really the Menor Cardinal offense. This is what that high-octane school does from just up the road on 306 there. And, make no mistake about it, there is that connection.
Chardon makes some substitutions, and with that, the Hilltoppers will also take their first timeout of the first half. And with that, we'll pause too. 8:01 left here before half. It's 7-6, Kenston on top. Back here, it's 2nd down and goal for the Kenston Bombers. Gadula throwing near side. Bindernagel's hit and stopped. Good tackle by Cantanzariti. He stopped at the 2-yard line.
Cantan's got down, hit him right below the knees. A solid tackle. And Jamie, 3rd and goal. This is another big play for the Topper defense.
Gadula is from the gun. He gives it. Velasco running. Touchdown. The 2nd one tonight by the senior, number 23. This one from 2 yards out, and it gives the Bombers 13 points.
Well, Kenston actually, if they wanted to start really messing with Chardon, could have gone for 2 there to make it a 2-possession game.
Well, that wouldn't be wise. That would then just negate the missed extra point. Here, now Chardon would have to go for 2, assuming that Dooley can make the extra point, which if we saw him, which we did in the pregame, he has got a very, very good leg.
He was hitting field goals in practice, at least from 35 yards out, easy.
A simple extra point is good, and the Kenston Bombers have 14. The Chardon Hilltoppers have 6. So, Chardon coach Mitch Hewitt down on the sidelines in his 3rd year. Of course, Hewitt, a Chardon graduate. Hewitt was an assistant coach after he graduated from Bowling Green State University. He was a linebacker at BGSU, and he met probably one of the biggest influences in his football career, which is Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, 1 year with the Falcons. We know what he did with that program, and we know what he's done ever since. Hewitt then assistant coach under Jim DePofi before following Dave Boers over to West Geauga, where he was the defensive coordinator. And then when the head coaching job opened up, Hewitt a no-brainer, and he has delivered. Kenston with a kick in the air. Cantanzariti has it from the 9. He's got to protect the ball. He's across the 20, and he's down to the 24-yard line. So, the Hilltopper offense back on the field with 7:28 to go here in the 2nd quarter. This is the first GTV video replay that we've brought you this year, and we've got more to come, of course. Notre Dame Cathedral Latin and University. We'll have that game for you in week 3. We'll also have week 10 Cardinal Berkshire. First down for the Hilltoppers. It's Cyrus who stays on his feet. He leapt over one Bomber defender, and he gets about 3 yards on the carry.
Ben's a junior, 6'1", 207 pounds. Last week carried the ball 3 times for 15 yards.
Well, all of these ball carriers for the Hilltoppers are green. They not only graduated all the major running backs, halfbacks, but then, of course, Bolden's injury is another one. And Beninati, the quarterback last year, led the team in rushing, so it's an all-new group. Patrick Sullivan, the quarterback, gets hit, and now he's in trouble, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, a play that had nothing going from the very beginning, and it turns into a 4-yard loss.
Jamie, one of the things that this coaching staff has told us, though, is that from a fundamental standpoint, it's not been the rookies, the underclassmen, if you will, the greenhorns, that have been making mistakes. It's been the lettermen, the varsity guys who were a part of that run last year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 3rd down, and we'll call it 10. 6:20 and counting. Sullivan has Cyrus to his left. There's 2 tight ends lined up. Sullivan's going to throw it. He's got a guy wide open. The pass is caught by Ross, number 13. Christian Ross breaking tackles. And he's into Kenston territory, down to the 35.
It's about a 40-yard pass.
The sophomore, Christian Ross. And you know, Matt, when Sullivan dropped back, you were actually pointing. That's how wide open Ross was.
Folks, when I can see it.
First down for the Hilltoppers, and a very big one. Sullivan from the gun. Has the snap. He's going to throw it again. Quick out. Jordan Barrett catches it. He's got positive yards, a pickup of about 5.
Jamie, I like the idea of trying to get the ball to Jordan Barrett. He has a ton of speed. The problem is they need to create a little bit more room for him to operate down there along the line of scrimmage. Maybe move him out a little bit more toward the receivers, and move him a little bit away from the slot.
2nd down and 6. Wing T behind Sullivan, who's under center. Gray is in the game at tight end. I see Mikey Connick. The give is to Ben Sivas. He's a big kid running forward. He's hit 3 or 4 times, but he falls forward for positive yards, and he's about 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Sivas, 6'1", 207 pounds. And it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Well, this is certainly 2-down territory now for the Toppers.
Ball is at the 27. Traditional wing tee behind Sullivan. It's hard to say what happened there. I don't know if he faked it or kept it, but it's blown up at the line of scrimmage, and Chardon does not have the 1st down. It was Sivas on a dive, but the Kenston defensive line, which is Haydu, Kruger, Bush, and Roshnai, was in the backfield, and so no gain. 4th down and 2 coming. The Hilltoppers send Michael Cardina, the junior, into the game, number 15. He's a split end on the far side of the field. Sivas is behind Sullivan. Mikey Connick is the other halfback with Barrett. Big play. The fake. Sullivan keeps it, and I think he's got it. He's very close. He needed to get to the 25, and I think he fell forward past it.
It's going to be awfully close.
It is a 1st down, so he needed 2. He got 2.5. Big play with 4:02 left before halftime. The clock now running again.
Well, a huge 1st down, and Chardon continuing to have success in those and short situations.
Jason Janda is in the game for Chardon. He is a split end here on the near side. Hilltoppers working from right to left. Connick is the ball carrier. He's churning. He's inside the 5. Touchdown. Don't let Joe Connick get lost in that offensive line, because the senior never stops working. That's his 2nd touchdown on the year. And boy, Matt, where did that come from?
He just found a seam right up the middle. Did a little cutting this way, cutting that way, and boom, gone.
So the Hilltoppers with 12 points and trailing by 2 will have to go for the 2-point conversion. Offense back onto the field. And Chardon wants to call a timeout. Mitch Hewitt, the head coach, running toward the official. That is the 2nd Hilltopper timeout. A very big play coming in this football game when we come back here on GTV. And we're back here at Memorial Field. A crucial play in this football game as the Hilltoppers missed their extra point after their 1st touchdown. And so now they are tasked with a 2-point conversion. Jason Janda's in the game. Sullivan, the quarterback, is under center. He's got 2 halfbacks behind him. One is in motion. The give is to Jordan Barrett, and he walks in untouched. Conversion good, and the Hilltoppers tie the game at 14.
Well, it was a 2-point conversion that last year allowed Chardon to win this football game. And right now it allows him to come back and knock this one up at 14 apiece.
You just know that Kenston is aware of that. That gets under their skin. But we've had a great game here in the 1st half on GTV. It's been a very different game from both perspectives. The Kenston Bombers have been running a hurry-up, no-huddle offense, going anywhere from 3 to 5 wide. Gadula has been very efficient and played very well. On the flip side of that, the Hilltoppers are doing what they do best, and that is the wing tee. They've eaten up some time of possession. They've used a number of different ball carriers to get positive yards, and we've played, boy, what is it? 12-8 in about 20 minutes here, and still nothing decided, and that is to be expected amongst these Division III teams.
Now, when you have this kind of rivalry, you know it's going to go down to the very end.
Don't forget, at halftime, we'll have the Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The Hilltoppers will kick off. Bobby Bukovic is set for Chardon. It is Silberman and Velasco back for Kenston. Velasco will have it far side of the field. Across the 20. 35-40. One man to beat, and Bukovic pushes him out of bounds, but there is a flag.
A very late flag. I'm not going to speculate what that flag is, but
it is against Kenston. So, second time Velasco has had a great return. This one, though, is negated due to penalty.
No, it's the second time, Jamie, that a penalty has just absolutely crushed some field position for the Bombers.
Don't forget, you can follow this Chardon Hilltopper football team on Twitter by following Topper FB, and you can follow us here on GTV at GTV Replays. And I'll throw a plug out for the Geauga County Maple Leaf newspaper, who covers Chardon sports all year round, just not the football team, but volleyball, cross country, soccer, boys and girls, golf as well. You can follow us at Leaf Sports.
You guys are just everywhere.
When you say you guys, I'm not sure who you're talking about, Matt.
Well, you and you and oh, that's right, you. Jamie, you are just everywhere.
1st and 10 for the Bombers. 3:32 left here before halftime, and the Bombers come out with that 4-wide set. Trips here to the near side of the field. Velasco is the running back. Gadula fakes, and he goes down with a sack.
Second sack of this game, and
it's Menko.
Yeah, Max Menko in on the big sack. Menko from last week, by the way, had a sack, so he's got a sack in each game he's played.
Big sack. It is a loss of 5. Bombers right back at it. Gadula throws. Pass is, yes, it's caught. It's Silberman, number 6. He's got positive yards. He is short of the first down, though. Clock is running at 3 minutes. 2 timeouts left for Kenston, 1 for the Hilltoppers. It's 3rd down and about 8.
Jamie, make no mistake about it. This is a lot of time for this Bomber team.
Gadula rolling. His throw is out of bounds, too high. And again, the Hilltopper pass rush gets to the sophomore, and Kenston will have to punt for the first time tonight.
First bad throw we've seen from Gadula.
You're right. It really was. It was uncatchable.
And, folks, that's a big compliment to him, because he has been under some pressure in this game, but the sophomore has made some great throws.
He's played really well. The Kenston punter is number 25, Sam Gambatees. He's got another big leg, as we saw in the pregame. The senior linebacker sends a high kick. Here comes Connick across the 50, and he is wrapped up by 3 Bombers. He does get into Kenston territory, though, down to the 49. So with 2:37 left here in the second quarter and 1 timeout, Matt, I'm going to ask you, do the Hilltoppers, are they going to go for the score here?
Oh, you know they are. Chardon, by the way, does get the ball back to start the third quarter, so keep that in mind too, folks.
Very good point. So glad that you've joined us here on GTV. It has been an exciting game. Patrick Sullivan, the quarterback from the gun, takes a snap. He's going to throw it across the middle, and the pass intended for Gittins is too high.
That might have been actually a good mistake, because he had Wenninger all over him. The 6'0", 195 senior might have picked that off had it been catchable.
Yeah, Drew Wenninger, who's the backup quarterback, kind of snuck in there from behind. So clock stopped with 2:33. Ben Sivas, Mike Connick, and Jordan Barrett are the halfbacks. Michael Cardina is the split end here near side. Mike Connick in motion. The give is to Sivas. He stopped at the line. He gets a couple yards. And the clock will run.
But, Jamie, no real worry about the clock now. And I want to go back to that last pass play. a nice call. It's going to set some things up, going to force that Kenston secondary to kind of back away from the box. They have to be respectful of this Chardon passing game because they can get burned like they've been burned once before.
Jeff Grubich, the Kenston head coach, talking with the line judge on the far side of the field. He is a very fiery guy. No question about that. 1:56 now and counting. It's 3rd and 8 for the Hilltoppers. A man in motion. Sullivan fakes it. He's going to throw it. Rolling out. Now he'll keep it. Trying to get to the sideline. He cuts it up and has a first down. It didn't look like he had room.
No, and he did not have any open players, too. A lot of quarterbacks would make a bad throw or just chuck it out of bounds, but you give credit to Sullivan, who saw some running room, tucked it, and just willed himself to get that first down.
The ball is at the Kenston 38-yard line, and the clock is running. 1:34 and counting. Again, the Hilltoppers have just one timeout. Sullivan is under center. Man in motion. Fakes it. He's going to throw it. He's got time. Throws it deep, but way out of bounds. His intended receiver was Christian Ross, but the ball nowhere near him.
Smart play, though. Throw it out of bounds. No harm, no foul. You get to live another down, and it also stops the clock at 1:20.
Drew Gittens into the game for the Hilltoppers. Again, this game is tied at 14. It was Kenston who scored first. Chardon answered. Then the Bombers went on top, and the Hilltoppers have tied it. 2nd down and 10. Sullivan turns, fakes, now he gives, and Barrett is stopped right at the line. Nothing going for him. He was hit and brought down by Sam Gambatis, and he might have lost a yard. Clock running at 1:07 and counting.
Well, for those who are wondering, are they anywhere near Bobby Bukovic's range? The answer is no. They need to gain probably a good 20 yards, if not maybe 25.
Oh, yeah. This is a 55-yard field goal. So the clock is running, 50 seconds and counting. It's 3rd down. Now, Kenston also elects to not use any of their timeouts. They have 2 left.
I don't think Gadula could throw the ball in the end zone from there.
Sullivan is going to throw it. Down the field, he's got Janda. It's complete inside the 10 to the 6. The clock will stop with 34 seconds left.
First catch of the season by Jason Janda, and he makes that count.
He got behind the secondary. Wow. So they have to reset the chains. Again, Chardon with just one timeout. They are back in the huddle. Clock running now, 31 seconds and counting. Ball officially is at the Kenston 7. Sullivan under center. Turns, gives, Sivas had a wrinkle. He is not going to go in, though. He's just short, and I hear the coaching staff say timeout, and Chardon will take a timeout with 12 seconds left, Matt. So,
wow, you know, the officials, I hate to say this, but the coaches were calling timeout. The officials didn't see it. Probably cost the Toppers about 3 seconds. But Chardon is in a great position. You have maybe 2 plays. If they run it, really one. But if you're going to pass it, you have 2 plays, 12 seconds to go. And this would be huge, Jamie, and head in the locker room up a score.
Yes, well, they are definitely in field goal range. They cannot run the ball, even though it's on the 1-yard line. I mean, they could, Matt, but if they don't get in, then the half will run out. Sullivan could throw the ball conceivably twice with 12 seconds, and that would still give Bukovic an opportunity.
Jamie, on the other side, though, when have we known Chardon to just kind of settle for a field goal? Mitch Hewitt's
right.
he wants 6 points.
Here we go. From the 1, Sullivan. It's a bad snap. They're trying to push him in, and I don't think he's going to get there, and this is a big problem because there's 4 seconds, 3, 2, and the Hilltoppers have just mismanaged the clock, and they've just lost themselves points here before halftime, and they've given the Kenston Bombers some momentum. A very unfortunate set of events here before half.
Well, but considering all that's gone on in this game, the Toppers have to feel a bit fortunate heading into the locker room tied at 14.
You're right. Game is tied at 14. The marching bands are coming next. First Kenston, then the Hilltoppers. Stay here on GTV after halftime. We'll have the exciting second half.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2013 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field this evening by Senior Field Commander Natalie Clark. Our Assistant Field Commander is Callie Weber on piccolo. The band is coming onto the field with a cadence written by junior quad player Nick Matarazza. Tonight we will entertain you with music all related to trains. Up first from the British heavy metal vocalist Ozzy Osbourne, here is his hit tune, Crazy Train. Our Topperettes were not eaten by a lion, they weren't caught in a mudslide, and they aren't dancing in an Eastside nightclub. They are here to entertain you with a popular tune by the group Train. With captains Katie Vatican and Jesse Lane, here is 50 Ways to Say Goodbye. Gap Band, released on their 7th album, Gap Band 5, Jammin'. It peaked at number 3 on the R&B charts. Featuring our percussion section, a band dance, and majorettes with Captain Emily Hummel. All aboard the party train. For the Chardon High School fight song.
Another great performance by our area bands, in particular the Chardon Hilltoppers, doing such a good job as they always do. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski with you here on GTV. We're at halftime. Both teams finishing up their warm-ups outside of the locker room. Matt, we've had what we expected, a great first half. The score tied at 14.
And we have some halftime stats, Jamie. Patrick Sullivan, 4 of 6 passing, no interceptions, no touchdowns, has thrown for 81 yards, and he has rushed 9 times for 45 yards. Joe Connick, 5 rushes, 47 yards, 1 touchdown. And Jason Janda, that 1 reception, 32 yards. On the flip side, Pedro Velasco, 10 carries for 55 yards.
2 turnovers for the Bombers in the first half, and that came as they were really driving. If we had to pick an offensive player of the game so far, Matt, I think you and I would both agree it's been the Kenston starting quarterback, Parker Gadula, because he has really run this offense with great poise and has given the Chardon defense some real problems with the hurry-up, no huddle.
He's playing like a seasoned senior at this stage.
But still just 14 points on the board for the Bombers. Chardon had an opportunity to score late in that first half, but Kenston with a goal line stand, Chardon without any timeouts. And so 12 minutes up on the scoreboard for the third quarter. So glad that you've joined us here on GTV. It's week 2, and it's the home opener for the Chardon Hilltoppers. A great crowd on hand here at Memorial Field, and the Hilltoppers will receive the football to start the second half.
Absolutely, and Jamie, that might have been one of the reasons why Chardon went for it with 12 seconds left to go by putting the ball on the ground and calling a running play to end that second quarter.
Parker Dooley is the Kenston kicker. He will send it into Chardon territory, and it will be Anthony Cantanzariti from the 10 across the 15 to the 20, breaking tackles across the 30 and down to the 32-yard line.
Now, if you look at this game, coming in, Kenston managed against a tough Solon team, 294 yards of offense, and 173 came on the ground. Chardon last week against West Geauga, 288 yards on the ground, 73 through the air, 361 total. Those numbers probably won't be there for Chardon after this game.
Sullivan is under center. It's 1st and 10. Barrett is in motion. Sullivan gives it to Jordan Barrett, who breaks tackles and gets into the secondary. He's still on his feet. 45-40, Barrett cuts it across. He switches hands, and he's got a huge gain to start this second half.
Boy, oh boy, Jamie, the junior. I don't know how he managed to break those tackles, but he somehow did. And then he made a good move to cut across the field, got both hands on the ball to protect it. And that is a huge lift for the Hilltoppers.
It's a 40-yard gain for Barrett. Now Chardon with a no-huddle of their own. Sullivan under center, 1st and 10. Mikey Connick in motion. He's got the handoff, and he's pulled down from behind. Jeremy Wires grabbed his jersey and stopped him about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, once he got a hand on number 6, he wasn't about to let go. He didn't care if that jersey was going to rip.
Would like to say a special hello to anybody listening in Chardon at Joey's Italian Grill, and a hello to the very lovely Emily Islandfield, who is listening tonight as well. 2nd down. Sullivan from under center. He fakes the give. He's going to keep it far side. He's being strung out, and the Bomber defense lets him get to the corner, where he turns a loss into positive yards, and he ends up getting about 7.
Well, Jamie, a couple of the guys in the secondary, I think Josh Hummer was one of them, after that play was over, just on their knees trying to catch their breaths because they thought they had that corner contained, and Sullivan just able to sharply turn it right before he was pushed out of bounds.
Ball is on the Kenston 24-yard line. It's 3rd down and 4. Barrett is in motion. The give straight ahead to Joe Connick, and he is stopped short of the 1st down. No gain on that play. So it's decision time for Coach Mitch Hewitt.
Well, I really wouldn't say decision time. They're going for it. It's a matter of what play they're going to call.
4th down and 4. Into the game, Michael Cardina, the junior. So just 90 seconds in to this 3rd quarter, and already a very important play. One of the referees says my time, as there is a Kenston Bomber who needs to tie his shoes. It looks like Billy McDermott, the senior linebacker, number 24. He's ready, and so are we.
Always important. You don't want to trip.
4th and a very long 3. Sullivan fakes to Barrett. No, he gives it. Jordan Barrett is hit after 2 yards, and he's stopped short. He does not have the 1st down, and the Bomber defense keeps them from advancing.
Well, for Chardon, it was a gamble, Jamie. The gamble has paid off almost all the time. This particular instance, it does not. And you have to wonder now, what will Chardon do to combat the young Parker Gadula, the sophomore, 6'3", 190 pounds. He's actually bigger physically than their quarterback last year, Daryl Richardson.
Well, he's a completely different animal. 5 wide for the Bombers. Gadula takes the snap, has time, throws it deep, but it's in double coverage and it's incomplete. Great job by Teddy Gould and Anthony Cantanzariti.
But Cantan's got a hand on the ball. If he would have gotten another, that would have been an INT.
between those two, Justin O and Joe Connick. It's a very talented secondary. Kenston right back at it, 5 wide, and a different look. Gadula, quick pass, it's caught. And he gets about 9, is the bomber Jake Silberman on the play.
Silberman he's a very shifty runner, Jamie. And boy, when he gets the ball in a crowd, he's able to make some things happen and make guys miss.
3rd down and 1. Silberman in motion, fakes, give to Velasco, 1st down Kenston. He got 5 yards across the 35 to the 36.
One of the things we really have not talked a lot about tonight has been the protection by the Kenston Bomber offensive line, and they've been pretty darn good.
Well, Gadula running mostly a 3-step drop at this point. There's another one. Touch to Velasco, and he's got about 4 yards. He's brought down by Chardon's number 7, Justin O.
Looked like just a little receiver screen, and Velasco found a nice little area to operate. Good throw, and he made some positive yardage.
9-11 and counting. Ball on the 39. Velasco on a counter, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Great job there by number 70, Marty Kepler.
Yeah, Nick Lippert was in on the tackle too, and haven't really talked about Nick tonight, but a guy that had 11 tackles, 10 solo last week.
Lippert, a talented senior. Gadula on 3rd down, throwing. The receiver is down on his back. That was Jeremy Wires. Pass is incomplete, and no flags on the play.
Incidental contact. Him and Connick just kind of bumped, knocked each other down, and no official's going to call a penalty on that. That happened well before the pass was even thrown.
Out onto the field is the Kenston punter, Sam Gambatis. Second time, it's a bad snap, but he does a nice job to grab it. And the kick hits at the 35 and bounces, takes a very good bounce inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. And that is where Chardon will take over with 8:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. Andrew Gray, the tight end, who, as we mentioned, 6'4", 215. He's a Division I Big Ten recruit. He'll play with Maryland.
It just sounds weird, not that he doesn't, it just sounds weird to say Maryland Big Ten.
Well, let's see if they can get him involved. Sullivan takes the snap. He'll keep it himself directly. He's got good speed to the outside, but he's strung out and gets a couple yards on the play.
That's a great point, Jamie, because the tight ends have not been involved in this game planning tonight. They've just been out there for blocking purposes. No real throws that have gone to the tight ends.
Yeah, just a few throws for the Hilltoppers. Surprised they actually threw it 13 times in week 1. They're about on pace to do that again in this week. But a lot of it is just show. They do have 4 wide receivers in the game. New look here on 2nd down and 7. But it's a run. The give to Mikey Connick, who's hit very hard. He was picked up into the air. He did manage to get positive yards, though.
Mike Connick. 1 reception last week. He has about 4 or 5 rushes this week. And you look at his frame. The junior, 5'8", 153. So he's actually smaller than me.
Wow.
I'm not that big, folks.
You're also not that small. 3rd and 3. Misdirection, the give to a Hilltopper. He stays in bounds, and I think he's short.
That might have been Barrett. No, Ross.
Christian Ross, his first carry tonight. And he is short, and he is at least a couple yards or maybe 1.5 yards short. And look at this. The Hilltoppers, they want to go for it offensively. No, they changed their mind. I was going to say on their own 28, maybe that was too much. Now they've got to get the punting unit, though, out on the field map because they made that decision late. And with a 25-second play clock, I don't know. Let's see. 6:33 and counting. They get it off. Good kick by Gittins. And a fair catch is called for and made at the 41.
Well, Jeremy Wires has not had an opportunity to return any kicks tonight. He's had to fair catch those couple that he's received.
I like he's looked very mature, though, making those calls. And a lot of times, high schoolers are hesitant to make the fair catch call. Wires, though, has been very wise in doing so. So the Kenston Bombers back on offense. Again, we are tied at 14. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. Glad that you've joined us here at Memorial Field. It is a great Week 2 matchup between two Geauga County rivals. Gadula fakes one way, throws the other, pass complete to Bindernagel. He's got only a couple yards before he is brought down.
Good job by the swarming Chardon defense. Get in there and make the stop quickly.
Right back at it. Gadula from the gun. Trips here on the near side. Velasco is in motion. The fake to Velasco, and he'll keep it. Gadula gets a first down on the far side of the field into Chardon territory, and the clock will stop at the Chardon 45.
Well, that book was a play right out, or that play was a book. Let me try it one more time, Jamie. That was a play right out of the book of Daryl Richardson that Kenston ran a couple times last year.
Again, 4 wide, Gadula rolling out. He's got a man, but incomplete, and he is down. Nick Lippert hit Gadula, no flag.
It was a legal hit.
He's slow getting up. It looks like that left side might be bothering him a little bit.
Well, he took a licking, and Nick Lippert did what you want your linebacker to do. Go in there, make a legal and clean hit.
Yes. 2nd down and 10. Gadula will stay in. He's a little slow, but he's at the line of scrimmage from the gun.
Good time for a blitz.
Velasco running left side. He's the ball carrier. He's got a first down inside the 35 to the 33.
Wouldn't be surprised, Jamie, to see a couple more runs by the Bombers to keep the pressure off Gadula at this point and let him get a couple more breaths of air.
That would be wise. Let's see what they decide. 1st and 10. Gadula, he's going to throw it. 3-step drop. Pass is caught by, that's number 6 again, Jake Silberman. And it looks like he's got about 5 yards on the play. Clock is running at 4:52.
Nice little pickup by the Bombers.
No hesitation. Silberman in motion. Fakes one way. Velasco, the ball carrier. He does get positive yards, but not much. It'll be 3rd down and short coming for Kenston.
Well, it's been a while since Kenston's been in a 3rd down and long, and once again they do just enough, Jamie, to pick up a decent chunk of yards and make this a very convertible 3rd down.
Same formation. Gadula, 3-step drop, gets rid of it. Pass is caught by Silberman. He's got the angle, and he takes it in for a 27-yard touchdown.
Whoa. He was wide open. Well, 4:12 left to play in this 3rd quarter. Kenston is on top.
Into the game is Parker Dooley. Yeah, Silberman, just a quick curl route, and the secondary for Chardon over pursuit, and he takes it in, and Dooley, his kick is good.
Was there any doubt?
So with 4:12 left here in the 3rd quarter, it is Jake Silberman on the touchdown, and Kenston has not trailed in this game, Matt, and they continue to send the first shot across the bow, and they wait for Chardon to answer.
Jamie, good time to remind everyone the Chardon Schools has placed a critical operating levy fund, or critical operating levy to fund the day-to-day operations of the school district on the November 6th ballot. If you would like to know more about the levy, the need, and how the district would spend the added revenue, go to www.citizensforchardonschools.com for more information. That's citizens for the number 4 chardonschools.com for more info.
If you support Chardon Schools, it is another critical juncture in the future of the district and the type of education that they will supply. Well, we talked about it in the pregame. Neither of these teams, Matt, want to fall to 0-2. It is so critical at this stage in the season, especially when you consider how tough their conference schedules are. Cantanzarini has it for Chardon on the return. He's across the 25 to the 28, and that is where the Hilltoppers will take over.
Now, these are two teams that met in the playoffs last year, and Jamie, you know, the way that both of these teams, their schedules, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if both qualify again this year for the playoffs and end up playing each other in the playoffs again.
Well, Kenston will have to play West Geauga, a much improved team. Aurora, Chagrin Falls. Those are three games that are very difficult in the CVC Chagrin. Perry also improved this year.
Very much so.
Sullivan under center. He's rolling here near side. Doesn't have much time, and he throws it away out of bounds. He was hit hard by the defensive lineman there, number 91.
But he got up pretty quick.
That was Kruger. Mike Kruger, the junior, 6'4", 235. Coming down on top of Sullivan. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, Chardon trying to stretch the field a little bit, but you know at some point it's going to be their run that's going to lead them to the promised land.
Man in motion. Sullivan gives up the middle. Not much running room for the ball carrier, who I think was Sivas, number 40.
Jamie, it's tough to wear down an opponent that's bigger than you, and that's what Chardon's attempting to do right now. And you just have to think that at some point in time, you know, they're going to have to focus more on rushing to the outside, where they've had a lot more success, than continuing to go back up the gut, where they've had a little bit of good luck come their way.
Third down and 8. Chardon is on the on their own, 31-yard line. Here we go. Barrett is in motion. Sullivan turns, fakes one way. Now he's going to keep it, looks to throw. Now he's around the side, breaking tackles, and Sullivan has the first down. What a second effort by the young quarterback.
Now, he is learning a lot, Jamie, and making big strides on the football field. And boy, you know, he has that ability to where when he can make that turn up the field, good things happen.
He had such a improved second half last week from the first half. We've seen a much more consistent approach from him running this offense. Remember, this is only his second varsity start. First and 10. Sullivan under center. Fakes it, keeps it. Similar play. He might have fumbled it, but he did not, but I think he lost a yard. Kenston very excited there on the sideline, so it'll be second down and 11.
Sullivan last week rushing the ball, Jamie. 21 carries, 133 yards, 1 touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. So he does have good ball carrying ability.
This is an offense that is, if you're a quarterback who can run, it is built around you and gives you a lot of opportunities to succeed. Second down, 2:30 and counting here in the third quarter. The Hilltoppers trail by 7. Sullivan fakes it. He's going to throw it. Now he keeps it. He tucks through the line, but the linebackers put a hit on him. Wow, 25 and 44.
That was quite a licking.
That was Gambatis and Zach Silberman. You know, you don't see the punter put a hit on a quarterback like that very often, but he did. A 3-yard pickup by Sullivan.
Well, you also don't see many linebackers going out playing as punter as well.
No, you're right. So, third down and 8 for Chardon. 1:46 and counting. Sullivan is now from the gun. Joe Connick is to his left. Connick has been a third down back tonight. Sullivan, 3-step drop, has time, throws it deep over the middle. Anybody's ball. And it's incomplete. Andrew Gray, the intended receiver, but that was basically a go-get-it type ball, almost like Sullivan kicked it.
Well, he was hit as he released the ball, but Jamie, you know what? If you're going to throw a go-get-em ball to any of the guys on this team, it's to the tight ends, because they have that ability where they can at least jump and compete with the guys on the other side of the football.
It is 4th down for Chardon, and so they'll punt with 1:33 left. Drew Gittins is in. Gets it up and in the air toward the sideline. It hits at the 30, and it'll bounce toward Kenston's direction and be down at the 33-yard line. So, back out onto the field comes this Kenston offense. And Matt, if you look at the Chardon defense, they've played well in this second half, aside from just that one big play by Silberman.
Well, that's all it took, Jamie. And when you're going up against a dangerous Kenston team like that, you know, all it ever is just one big play that burns you, and you're done. But they need their O to step up.
First and 10, Gadula pump fakes. He goes deep down the sideline, and it was juggled. The officials say that he made the catch. Wow.
My goodness.
Drew Wenninger, it was a high ball. Wenninger, who is 6 foot, got his mitts on it, and he ends up bringing it down. It's a big gain. Gadula right back at it from the gun. Velasco, the ball carrier, 45-40, and he gets a first down, a gain of 11.
And Velasco running hard and spinning around, able to pick up another first down. And, you know, Kenston, Jamie, now moving the chains. This Bomber group is getting very comfortable with what they're seeing from the topper D.
Gadula again, 3-step drop, goes deep, and that's going to be a flag as Cantanzariti was beat on the play. Jeremy Wires is the intended receiver, and Cantans just went ahead and took him down to the turf.
So the only thing you can do, you have to save yourself a touchdown.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty, and it will result in another Kenston first down. So the Bombers moving the football here in the third quarter, 58 seconds left.
Now, for the first time, something is slowing Kenston down. It's moving the chains is what's keeping him from not racing up there.
Ball is on the 19. Gadula has 5 wide receivers. Now Velasco goes in motion. Parker fakes it. He keeps it. He goes forward for positive yards, about 7 on the play.
Chardon D has forced a couple of huge turnovers tonight. This would be a good time to get one more.
It is needed. This home crowd is starting to quiet down a little bit. Second down. Gadula rolling near side, throws. It's caught. Silberman again. He has got a first down for Kenston, and he's at about the 6-yard line of Chardon.
Well, it'll be and goal, and these kinds of situations before, Velasco has run in twice. Once from 3 yards out, the second time from 2 yards out. Expect Pedro to get the football in his hands again.
First and goal. There he is. Touchdown. Matt called it, and Velasco walked in from 7 yards out, almost untouched. It gives the Kenston Bombers 27 points.
Well, that is a big touchdown. This Chardon Hilltopper offense, Jamie, is one that's really not built to be able to come back from huge deficits. And you have to think that now, in order for the Toppers to win, they're going to have to shut out Kenston the rest of this game.
Extra point is good. So with 16 seconds left here in the third quarter, it is 28-14. The Kenston Bombers on top. We'll pause and be back here on GTV. Back here at Memorial Field, Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. Glad that you've joined us here on GTV. The Kenston Bombers have started this second half and have scored twice here in the third quarter. Once by Jake Silberman, the other by Pedro Velasco. It's a squib kick Coming on and fielding it for Chardon was Cantanzarini. He gets the short hop, gets across the 25 to the 27. And that's where the Hilltoppers will begin things with 11 seconds left.
Boy, Jamie, you just start to think back now. If Chardon had been able to score a touchdown on that last possession of the second half, you'd be looking at a one-possession game right now, and not a 14-point hole.
Offense back out onto the field. It is Michael Cardina who is the split end. Barrett is in motion. Sullivan fakes to Barrett, keeps it himself, and he does go forward for a few yards before the Kenston defensive line of Haydu, Kruger, Bush, and Rochnet stops Sullivan. And that will do it here in the third quarter. So it's a good one for Kenston. They score twice. They lead 28-14. We'll see what the Hilltoppers can do with 12 minutes remaining when we come back. Start of the fourth quarter. It is 2nd down and 8 for Patrick Sullivan, who fumbles the snap. He picks it up, though, and gets positive yards. Nice job. That could have been disastrous. He goes forward, and now a late flag is being thrown by the referee. And it looks like it's going to go against Kenston, and it does. That is a big penalty, dead ball, personal foul. So it takes what would have been a 3rd and 4, and it will give the Hilltoppers an automatic first down.
Hilltoppers will gladly take that penalty. They want all the yards that they can get. Boy, if you're Kenston, Jamie, penalties have just been huge tonight. It's not been small penalties, folks. I mean, it's been 10 and 15 yarders.
It takes the ball into Kenston territory, so it's at the 49. Double tight ends for Chardon. Sullivan under center. He gives to Connick. Connick still on his feet, and there he goes. He's got one man to beat to the corner, and the tackle is made by Drew Wenninger, but not before Connick makes it 1st and goal Hilltoppers.
Connick burst through the line and then made a great decision to cut far side, and it was that far side cut, folks, that allowed him to really explode and gain a big chunk of yardage.
I take that back. He's actually at the 14-yard line, so it is a big gain of 35, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 14. And you're right, it was the cutback that made all the difference on that one. Big play for Chardon. Let's see if they can build. The fake. Sullivan keeps it. He's got positive yards. This time he is inside the 10, down to the 7. And another flag is down.
Now this one might be coming back, Jamie.
It is right at the end of the play.
Thought I saw holding in there.
A face mask is called on the Bombers. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. And once again, it's a first down.
This Hilltopper team not giving up.
Wow, what a way for Chardon, Matt, to start this fourth quarter.
No, you couldn't ask for anything more, Jamie. The offense, which has been pretty silent throughout this game, except in bits and pieces and little spurts here and there, is looking for a big score.
First down and goal. Ball is at the 3. Man in motion. There's the give. Running left side. Touchdown. Jordan Barrett.
His first career touchdown here at Chardon Memorial Field. About said Topperville, but that quite wouldn't have been right.
It is Topperville right now, no doubt about it. The Chardon Crazies back into it on a whiteout in the north end zone, and the band as well. Now Bobby Bukovic comes in for an extra point. This is a big one. Missed his first. That one wasn't pretty, but it's good. So the senior bangs it through, and with 10:51 left in this one, it's now at 28-21.
Well, Jordan Barrett scored on a 2-point conversion earlier in the game, Jamie. Now he finds the end zone again from 2 yards out, but this time it's a touchdown. And Chardon grabbing the momentum back, but you know, you just got the feeling that there's a little something up the sleeves of the Kenston Bombers, and their offense will just not go away.
Well, don't forget that you can visit GeaugaTV.org for replay dates and times for all of our sports events this fall. And you can also order not only a DVD copy of this game, but DVD copies of everything we do this year and everything in the past. Our vaults are brimming with all kinds of history when it comes to Cardinal, Berkshire, Chardon, and NDCL. So again, visit GeaugaTV.org and browse through our catalog.
It's the fun thing to do to even reminisce about games of yesterday, if you will.
Bobby Bukovic is the Chardon place kicker. And back for Kenston is once again Jake Silberman, the junior, and Pedro Velasco, the senior. Bukovic, it's a little squib kick. Fair catch is called for. He made the fair catch and then he tried to run it. Chardon wants a flag. It was number 25, Sam Gambatis.
Can't blame them.
No flag though. Not 100% sure on what the high school ruling would be in that particular situation. But Kenston will have decent field position here at their own 39-yard line.
It's a big stand now for the Topper defense. They got the home crowd behind them, making them some noise, and Kenston has to go towards the Crazies and the band.
Silberman is the ball carrier, far side. He gets into the secondary, first down across the 50.
Well, a lot of time left in this game, Jamie, more than 10 minutes to go. A lot of big things can happen here, but boy, Chardon just needs to keep Kenston off the board here.
Silberman takes the fake. Now it's Velasco who goes forward for about 4 yards.
Silberman, just a good guy to kind of go to, and ooh, Topper down.
First time the trainers have had to come out, and it looks to be one of the Chardon defensive linemen who is holding his left leg. Let's just hope that that's cramping. We'll take a break, though. Coaching staff out on the field. 10:32 left. It is Kenston 28, Chardon 21. Back here, and the player down was number 40. It was Ben Sivas, and he's going to come off the field. A very good sign for Chardon because Sivas has played a lot of fullback tonight, aside from his defensive responsibilities. Now look at the Kenston offense up at the line and ready to go, and Mitch Hewitt, the head coach for Chardon, taking his time walking off the field. Here's the snap. Gadula rolling near side, throwing, completes a wires for a couple yards. He's got a wide receiver screen, a lot of blockers. He cuts it back, breaking tackles, 30, 25. He's still on his feet. And he's finally brought down. What a wacky play.
Jamie, the reason why that play developed as is, he had a guy covering him, but there was also another receiver in the vicinity. Wires curled in, the other receiver went out. Miscommunication, both defensive backs went with the deep man, leaving him wide open there near side.
It's a first down, ball on the Chardon 23. Velasco, the ball carrier, he stopped at the line and he's brought down. Nice job there. Joey Fodor was one of the guys in on the tackle. Joe Connick, no surprise, was the other one.
The Chardon defense knows what they're up against. and they know it's coming, and they're having a tough time stopping Pedro Velasco, a senior, 5'10", 173.
Gadula, counterplay, again Velasco, and again he's brought down. Max Menko, the big man, number 73. Nice job of wrapping him up. So third down and long coming, about 10 yards.
Now this could be the play of the game.
Four wide receivers set for the Bombers. Gadula rolling, throwing, and it's almost intercepted, incomplete.
Boy, Justin O, it was in his hands and then he dropped it, but Chardon caught a big break. Cantans was having some communication issues. They weren't quite set on that far side, and that's why Gadula threw to the far side of the field, Jamie. Big break for the Toppers.
And with that, Kenston will use its first timeout here of the second half. It'll come on a fourth down and about 10 with 9:06 left when we come back on GTV.
Chardon's Hilltopper board can post your birthday or other event for all to see at Chardon Memorial Field. The cost is only $20 for non-commercial fun announcements. Now, if your business would like to advertise on the Topper board and reach thousands of fans this fall, contact Kevin Googe of the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club at 487-8653.
Back here and now, you'll hear this home crowd really get into it. Fourth down and 10.
This may be the play of the game. I retract my last statement.
Well, never mind. Parker Dooley's out to attempt a field goal. So, still though, very important. Ball is at the 29, we'll call it. It's a long kick, and it is wide left. No good. He did have the leg, but he pushed it too far to the left, and the Hilltoppers will take over with 9 minutes left.
Jamie, the Kenston Bombers just look so dejected on their sidelines. They thought they had that one in the bank.
That was a 46-yard attempt.
I'm just telling you, I mean, they look just absolutely crushed.
Well, the Hilltoppers take over. So here they are now at the 20-yard line. They've got a long way to go. Sullivan gives to Connick. He's stopped at the line, and a late flag comes in by the referee.
Well, it's your Chardon. Once again, you need to score.
It is illegal contact by a Hilltopper, so that's going to hurt on first down.
And that's something you can't have happen, Jamie. Chardon has played so well and has not had to deal with penalty flags up until now.
Let's see what Kenston decides to do. It was just a 1-yard gain on the play. They will accept the penalty, and they'll move Chardon back half the distance to the goal.
Now, if I'm the Bombers, I'm bringing the house right now because you have a chance to pin Chardon back extremely deep.
Clock is running here in the fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10 for Chardon. They're on their own 9-yard line. Sullivan is from the gun. Has not thrown it much here in the second half. Man in motion. He fakes. He keeps it. Sullivan into the secondary, and it's a good gain on first down, but he's got a long way to go.
Sullivan, a nice job to cover up the ball late in that run. A couple guys came near him. Chardon had fumble issues the week before, but Sullivan very wisely not trying to do too much with it there, Jamie.
So it is 2nd down and 12. Andrew Gray in the game, along with Barrett. Joe Connick is to the left of Sullivan. In motion, Barrett. He's the ball carrier, turning it upfield. He's got positive yards, but not much, maybe 4 yards. And so it will be 3rd and about 7 or 8 for Chardon.
Well, he got to the linebackers, and the linebacking coach was not going to let him get any more yardage.
So, this Kenston defense has played well. They lead by 7. Connick is to the right of Sullivan, who takes the snap. He's rolling out. He wants to throw it. Throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. Not much of a chance, I don't think, for Michael Cardina to make that play on the far side.
No, it was thrown out of bounds too, Jamie. Cardina just not able to stretch and pull it back in play.
So the punt team will come out, which means Kenston will start with what will be very good field position. What is likely to be very good field position, I should say.
Now, we did see the Toppers earlier in this game fake a punt, but boy, when you're pinned back on your own 23-yard line, 7:21 to play in the fourth, probably not the time to do that.
Drew Gittens is the senior punter. And a strange formation for Chardon. Gittens gets it away. And it's a low line drive kick picked up by Jeremy Wires, and it's a fumble. No, it's not a fumble, sorry. It looked like a fumble. I don't know how Wires hung on to that ball. Nevertheless, he does go to the 46-yard line, so that was a nice job by the Chardon special teams.
Very good. They held them to very limited gain on that punt. And now the Chardon defense, they made it stand, a little bit of a bend, don't break attitude that last drive. But boy, Jamie, 3 and out here would be just huge.
Back out on the field is the Bomber offense. Velasco's in motion. He's the ball carrier. Into the secondary. 40, 35. He's still on his feet. 25. And he finally steps out of bounds. What a run by the senior.
And that run just quieted the Chardon crowd down. They're starting to make some noise, but when you rip off a 20-plus yard run, that will sometimes do it.
Big game. Ball is on the 23-yard line. Gadula from the gun. Gives it right back to Pedro. And he is stopped after a gain of about 5.
You know, Jamie, I've really been holding off on saying this, but you know, if there was an MVP of this game, would you vote for Pedro?
It's close. What has he got? 3 touchdowns?
3.
There he is again. Keeps it. He is short of the first down. It was 2nd and 6, and he got about a yard. So it is a 3rd down situation coming for Kenston.
Up by a touchdown. You know they're going to continue to pound the ball on the ground and run time off the clock.
Well, I would say that this is sort of this would be a situation where you think that they would huddle more, but they may not even have that in their playbook. 3rd down. Gadula from the gun, and a Chardon player might have jumped. We'll see what the call is. It is, and it looked like it was 73 Menko. I don't know, though, that that's going to give Kenston a 1st down. We'll see.
And it should be a yard or 2 short. Check that. How about a foot short?
Yeah, about a foot short is right. Gadula from the gun. There it is. Velasco, he's got the 1st down, and he gets inside the 10, about a foot
now
inside the 10.
Straight up the gut. And that's what you look for out of your running backs, Jamie. When you need a yard, just go straight ahead, put your shoulders down, and get us to that 1 yard.
1st down and goal for Kenston. But they've got a long way. You need all 9 of them. Silberman now running on the far side. Connick tries to get there, cannot, and Silberman goes out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 9, so no gain on that play. Clock will stop with 5:52. We are in the 4th quarter at Memorial Field.
Now let's see if the Chardon defense has one more stand in them.
Gadula from the gun. It's Velasco again. He goes down immediately. Maybe a yard.
But he didn't have much. Lippert, one of the first guys in there. Fodor was in there too. Marty Kepler.
Give him a half yard. So now it's 3rd down and goal, and the nose of the football is on the 8-yard line. The Bombers need 8 yards. Gadula from the gun again. No surprise. 4 wide. He's rolling out. He's going to keep it. Cuts it up. and he is stopped short. He's at about the 4-yard line. So, will Coach Grubich send out the field goal unit?
I have no doubt in my mind because Dooley's standing right there at the 30, just waiting.
Well,
and there he comes.
Here he comes. Parker Dooley missed his last attempt, but it was from 46 yards. This one is going to be much shorter. It's going to be about a 21-yard kick. He is on the far hash. So as a right-footed kicker, he's going to have to push it.
Little chip shot.
Big play in this game. Dooley's kick is good. With 4:36 left in the fourth quarter, it's now 31-21. Kenston on top.
Now that is just huge, Jamie. It's a 10-point game, and it means that Chardon has to, I repeat now, has to score twice.
They do have all 3 timeouts.
Mathematically, I can't figure out how they would be able to score in less, or take the lead or tie it in less than 2 possessions.
Well, they don't necessarily need 2 possessions, but they do need 2 scores. So, but there is time left. There's no doubt about it. We'll see how things may change for the Chardon offense. This is one of the things, Matt, that they were able to avoid last year, and I think it's one of the reasons they had success. As you stated earlier, it's difficult to come from behind when you run the wing T.
Well, absolutely. When you run the wing T, what you want to do is cause teams a lot of misdirection, a lot of confusion, wear them down, and jump on them early.
Free ball, and it's dove on by one of the Hilltopper upbacks at the 23-yard line. And so that's where Chardon will take over. I think it's worth noting, Matt, that had the Hilltoppers kicked that field goal before halftime, they would be down 1 possession, but time ran out. And so, with 4:33 left, Chardon will need to go almost the length of the field.
Yeah, Jamie, even if they had just scored a touchdown, it would still be a 1-possession game.
Sullivan from the gun. Barrett is the ball carrier. Running left side, a good job. He's got to hold on to it, though. The Bombers stood him up, and they were trying for the strip. Give Barrett 8 yards on the carry.
Now, as soon as he was held up, you just saw the arms fly towards that ball to try to knock it out, strip it away, whatever they could do.
Clock is running. Drew Gittins brings in the play for the Hilltoppers. They were losers last week in week 1, 20-15 to West Geauga in a game that came down to the very end. Sullivan, again from the gun. Fakes the Mike Connick, goes forward. His forward progress will get him the first down. That's good because the clock will stop. Ball's at the 35.
I wouldn't be surprised, Jamie, if we see a couple pass plays thrown in here and there. You have to do something to get that Kenston secondary away from the line of scrimmage.
Michael Cardina brings in the play. Joe Connick in the game for Chardon. He's the halfback. Sullivan will throw it, and he goes down with a sack. He's in the grasp. It's number 88, Will Bush. That is his 2nd sack this year, and it is a big one because it's a loss on the play of about 7, and the clock is running.
Well, at least it's just 2nd down, but you have to start ripping off some big chunks of yardage at some point, Jamie.
From the gun, Sullivan. 2nd down, 18. He's rolling up. He throws it across to Gray, who makes the catch, but he loses his footing, and there's no gain on the play. So clock's still running. It's 3rd and 18.
Gray curled in toward the end zone. If he had curled out towards midfield, he would have been in great shape and off to the races, but just a little bit of miscommunication there on where the ball is going to be thrown. And not good for the Hilltoppers.
Play comes in. Clock is running, 2:25. They have all 3 timeouts, but they're moving in the wrong direction here in the fourth quarter. Again, it's 31-21. Kenston on top. 3rd and long. Sullivan drops back. Same play. It's not going to work. He does break free, though, but he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And so it's 4th down, under 2 minutes.
No, you know the Toppers will go for it, and they're going to have to take a timeout to talk over exactly what the play will be.
We'll take a timeout, too. 1:58 left in this one. You're watching Hilltopper football on GTV. Back here at Memorial Field, Joe Connick was an injured Hilltopper there as we went to break. He was down for a few minutes. He did walk off under his own power, though, so I don't know how serious it is. He's getting a concussion test right now on the sidelines. We'll see. We'll see more as information becomes available. It's 4th and 10 for Chardon. Last chance for the Hilltoppers. Sullivan from the gun, rolling near side. He's got time. Throws incomplete.
Nearly picked off, but it doesn't matter.
And the Bombers will take over on downs, and barring something very, very unforeseen, will end up winning this Week 2 football game. Joe Connick is back on the field. That didn't take long for the senior. And with 2 timeouts, Matt, the Hilltoppers have to try to strip the football now.
Well, they do. You know, Chardon doesn't want to give up any more superfluous scores at this point in time. You know, anything else for Kenston would just be, you know, rainbows because they're up by 10.
Timeout on the field as the official comes here on the near side. And we've got a break in the action. The referee is now talking to the Chardon coaching staff.
And it's not a TV timeout, folks. We haven't gone to break.
We're still here. They're going to call Connick off. They're going to call Connick off the field. So the referees, I'm not sure how that works. I don't know who has jurisdiction or who gets to decide what happens. But
well, the athletic trainer was out there talking with them, and you have to wonder, maybe he didn't give Connick clearance to go back out.
I'm sure he did. They wouldn't send him out there without the clearance. The trainer is now moving away from the play. Connick's out of the game. His younger brother, Mike, has replaced him. 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
Jamie, sometimes players may not hear adult correctly. That's all I'm going to say.
The give to Velasco. He stopped immediately. He falls down. He gets 1 yard. And Chardon will not use their timeout. Clock is running. 1:40 and counting.
I'll openly admit it. I got a concussion playing soccer in high school. Was told by the trainer I had a concussion. I went back out and played anyways.
And look how you turned out.
Yeah, we don't want Connick to end up like me.
2nd down and 9. Kenston coaching staff is coming out of the press box, so they think it's over. Velasco, again the ball carrier. He spins and he's got a 1st down, and that, with 1:12, will absolutely do it, as the Bombers can now just take a knee, Matt. And so are, with 1:12 left here in the 4th quarter, and the clock running, Chardon will not use a timeout. Head coach Mitch Hewitt takes off his headset, and it is a disappointing home loss here for the Hilltoppers.
Well, it is, and Chardon going to fall to 0-2, and for the Bombers, they'll bump themselves up to 1-1.
Kenston said after the loss to Solon, head coach Jeff Grubich told his team, we will beat Chardon in Week 2. And while it wasn't easy, let's give a lot of credit to Parker Gadula, the sophomore quarterback for the Bombers, and Pedro Velasco, who had 3 touchdowns today and ran with great authority. 2nd snap is another knee for Gadula, and they don't have to snap it again. That is going to do it. Our final score here at Memorial Field, the Kenston Bombers 31, the Chardon Hilltoppers 21. And as Matt said, Chardon falls to 0-2, Kenston evens up their record at 1-1.
You look at the schedules for Kenston. Next week they go to Brush before they begin their CVC regimen, and for Chardon, it'll be a home game, so be here at Chardon Memorial next weekend as John Adams from the Senate League comes into Hilltopper country.
You'll be able to hear that live on GTV as all of Chardon, all the Hilltopper home games can be heard live right here. Well, thanks for joining us. We wish things would have been a little bit better for Chardon, but Kenston is an improved team, and that hurry-up offense really was impressive. Again, the final score, Kenston 31, Chardon 21. Our thanks goes out to Brian Iyer back in Chardon at Master Control, Brian Foster and Chris Graw on the camera. Our executive producer is Dave Jevnikar, and as always, my thanks to Matt Jaworski, who always does such a great job. Thanks for watching GTV. I'm Jamie Ward. We'll see you soon.